Hey, we're filming. Alright. Now, I tried filming this on my phone, my high-quality Android right here, but I'm trying it on my MacBook right now. What up, y'all? It's your boy. It's been a minute, but I'm coming at you today with a Record Store Black Friday / vinyl update / whatever the title of this video is. Check your text. So as we all know, Record Store Black Friday was like a week ago. I probably should have posted this then, but I didn't really have the time. You know, when you're as popular as me, you know, you gotta squeeze stuff in your schedule. But anyway, I'm here today, and I'm gonna tell you what I got for Record Store Black Friday. So, I went to Vertical House Records in Huntsville, Alabama. Vertical House is probably my favorite, definitely my favorite local place. They've got an amazing selection, really friendly staff there. Really cool store. I don't know what my favorite record store would be, just in general. It's probably a tie between probably Music Box and Pensacola, Florida. Mobile Records. Mobile, Alabama, or Spoonful Records in Columbus, Ohio is pretty cool. But that's beside the point. I was at Vertical House for Record Store Black Friday, and I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into what I picked up. So stick with me, please. The first thing I got was R.E.M's new remaster / remix of their 1994 album Monster. This is definitely my second favorite album from them. If you put a gun to my head and made me choose what my favorite is, I'd say Automatic for the People. It's kind of a basic answer, but that's a tight album, man. I love that album. Every track on there is a hit, man. But Monster is a very close second. It was released in '94. It's sort of their answer to the grunge genre, so every track on here is very grungy. It's their answer to the grunge, so obviously it's going to be pretty grungy. I've got a bit of a hot take for you. The remaster on the first LP, right here, the remaster is top notch. Love it. And it's a great upgrade of the original album. But the remix, where Scott Litt, the producer, he went back and he just remixed the entire album. Honestly, I got a bit of a hot take for you. It kind of sucks. Because it's like he just misses the point of the album. The whole point of the album, it's their answer to the grunge. So, obviously the guitar is going to be the most prominent instrument. Guitar, drums, and bass are like pretty high up in the mix. But the vocals they're not low, but they're not as prominent as the instruments. So he just makes it sound too clean on the remix. It's like he takes out a lot of the tremolo. A lot of the guitars are made way too clean sounding, and the vocals, you know, it's like on the original mix, you know, you got guitars, bass, and drums, and you got vocals like right here. But on the remix, it's like he puts the vocals way too high in the mix, and puts all the guitars, he cleans them up too much, and puts those too low in the mix. But overall, the remaster is good. I was listening to this the other day. I really love the remaster. You got a cool gatefold here. I love the remaster. Highly recommend it. But I would say skip the remix. Some standout tracks. Obviously, What's the Frequency, Kenneth? Major bop. Crushed with Eyeliner, bop. King of Comedy. A lot of people sleep on that song. That's a good one. Star 69. Tongue. Bang and Blame. Let Me In. Let Me In was actually written as a tribute to Kurt Cobain. That's a good one. And You. That's a good one. So standout tracks, once again, to recap. What's the Frequency, Kenneth? Crushed with Eyeliner. King of Comedy. Star 69. Bang and Blame. And Let Me In. And then You, if you're feeling adventurous. But great album. Great remaster. Not a good remix. So 7 out of 10. overall, good release. The next thing I got was Runaways live in Japan. It's This Way. I haven't listened to much of their music, but I'm a pretty big Joan Jett fan right here. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. And Lita Ford's pretty cool. Make sure this is still filming. So I bought it mainly for Joan Jett. You know, I know their song Cherry Bomb. Obviously that's on here, so that's a bop. I haven't had a chance to listen to this yet, but I'm looking forward to it. You know, I like me some Runaways. I like Joan Jett. Yeah, that's it. I love Cherry Bomb. That's a great song. What do I know anything else? Let me take a look for you. Queens of Noise. I think I know that one. Oh, they got a cover of Rock and Roll on here. Lou Reed's Rock and Roll. I know that one. So, Rock and Roll and Cherry Bomb, I know those. So those are bops. So the album has to be a bop. It's Joan Jett. It's gotta be a bop. Love Joan Jett. Joan Jett's a bop. So, these are the two main, like, new things I got. And while I was there, I picked up some used stuff. So let me show you that. The first thing I got was Genesis's A Trick of the Tail. This is been a favorite album of mine for a long time. I've got the CD up there. I've had a copy of the vinyl, but I got this copy because I don't know, it's in way better condition, and plus my other copy didn't have the inner sleeve; it just had the record. So it's like the inner sleeve's pretty cool because it carries on the theme of the cover right here. You know, you got the cover, and then inner sleeve kind of continues it. And then, of course, the record was in pretty good condition. A little history on it. This was their first album after Peter Gabriel left. So, they had some pretty big shoes to fill. This was Phil Collins' debut as the lead vocalist. This one's pretty tight, too. Overall, it's progressive rock, but it kind of borders on jazz, sort of, on tracks like, you know, Los Endos, and a little bit on Squonk, Dance on a Volcano. They play a lot of these songs live in their set when they were still touring. And I think that's just because the album has a lot of staying power. I've listened to this one, honestly, probably out of their whole discography, this is like in the top 3 of the ones I replay the most. It's just a tight album. It's 8 tracks. It's like 38 minutes or something. So it goes by quick, but each song sticks with you, you know, it's catchy album. Standout tracks on this, obviously you gotta go Dance on a Volcano. That's major bop. Squonk, it's pretty cool. What else? Los Endos. That's the standout of the whole album, honestly. But yeah, pretty cool album. One of my favorites. I gave this one an 8 out of 10. That's pretty good album. Strong 8 out of 10. Light 7. Anthony Fantano. Shout out to Anthony, by the way. And then I've been on a kick of these guys for some reason, but love them. Huey Lewis and the News. They're not the most serious band, but they're pretty cool. Once again, very tight band. They always have very to the point pop songs, great choruses, great hooks. This is one of their not lesser known. It was a big album when it came out, but it's kind of forgotten now. It's not as big as Sports or 4, but it's got some pretty good hits on it. Small World Part 1 and Part 2. Perfect World. Give Me the Keys and I'll Drive You Crazy. Slammin'. That's got some pretty tight ones. It's more mellow than their other stuff, but overall I enjoy it. I'd say it's probably their 3rd best. I'm kind of basic when it comes to Huey Lewis and the News. Give me Sports or 4, that's their best album. But Hey, listen to this album. It's got some. Yeah, it proves they've got a little bit more of a serious side, a little more of a mellow side, but it's not too serious. You know what I mean? It's not like it's hard to explain. It's a little more serious than like Sports or Four, but it's not. It's not like Death Grips or anything. It's not like Death Grips or anything. Um, Standouts on this, like I said, Small World Part 1, Small World Part 2, Perfect World. Also, something you'll notice with this album, there's a lot of world. Small World Part 1, Perfect World, Small World Part 2, World to Me. And the album, the title is obviously Small World, if you can see that. A lot of worlds on this song. So Huey Lewis is thinking a little more outside of the United States. You know, it's more of a global album. So yeah, that's. I wouldn't say it's as good as Sports. I wouldn't say it's as good as Four, but it's pretty tight. I like it. Standouts: Small World Part 1, Perfect World, Small World Part 2, Give Me the Keys, Slammin'. I don't know. I like this one because it's like they go into more genres than just rock and pop. There's a they do some reggae on like Perfect World and Bobo Tempo, Old Antones. It's sort of rock, but it's also sort of like a rockabilly type thing. Um, and then side two is just kind of pop songs. But Slammin', it's cool because there's two instrumentals on this, Small World Part 2 and Slammin'. So I like it because it kind of broadens I guess like their musical palette or something. Yeah, it proves they can do a little bit more than just pop and rock, you know? So, here you listen to the news, one of my absolute favorite bands. I'd have to give this 6 or 7. That's it. 6 is harsh. 7 out of 10. I really like You Listen to the News. And Sports. Sports is like in my top 5 albums. That's like automatic for the people. Every song on that album is a hit. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll give you a quick recap. Monster, R.E.M. Great remaster. Not too great remix. I think it said 7 or 8 out of 10. Great album. It kind of suffers from the remix if you listen to that. But remaster. The remaster's great. Remix. Yeah. No. Runaways. Yeah, this is my first Runaways album, so I can't really say too much, but I know Cherry Bomb is a bop. And then obviously Rock and Roll has to be good. And this Lou Reed. You got Joan Jett, you got Lita Ford. It's gotta be a bop, right? Right? I don't know. I'm just making this up as I go along. Trick of the Tail, Major Bop, Genesis. Genesis, probably at their peak. Give this an 8 out of 10. Sometimes a 9 out of 10 on some days. You better watch out. And then, you gotta have Huey Lewis. You gotta have Huey Lewis in the news. Small World. 7 out of 10. Overall, pretty tight little bunch album. I may do this from time to time. I kind of enjoyed this. Vinyl updates, giving my thoughts on different albums. Hey, I may even do some modern music. I don't know. May do some modern music. Better look out. I may become a Billie Eilish fan or something. Yeah, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed it. See you guys. I'm trying to come up with something catchy. Catch you guys on the flip side. There we go. Bye, guys.